Congresswoman Tammy Baldwin, who leads a Republican challenger now, former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson, by 4 points in the latest PPP poll. Congresswoman Tammy Baldwin joins us right now. Thank you. It's great to have you on. You seem to be doing pretty good out there in Wisconsin, a state that has caused so much noise in the last couple of years because of the fight over public employees and their rights. How does all that affect your race? The big fight with the governor out there, Scott Walker, with the unions on one side, public employee unions. How's that affect the interest voters are having in this year's election?
Well, I think we've seen voters in Wisconsin engaged more than ever before. We've, as you said, had a lot going on in our state, a lot on the ballot, and people are organized. People are thinking hard about the future and jobs in the economy. And so I think it's, if anything, going to actually increase voter turnout and participation. We're always a high participation state, but I think we're going to see it grow.
You know, I was at the Democratic convention down in Charlotte covering for the network, and I was taken by it. Sure, there were a lot of good speeches, but the one that seemed to move people didn't have any rhetoric. It was common sense. It was Bill Clinton. What effect do you think Clinton had on just talking to people about their challenges and what the president's faced in office?
He gave an amazing speech, and what was really important about it is just matter-of-factly walking through the allegations that have been raised and coming back with responses. I mean, there's been so much misleading information, especially from the right-wing super PACs and the special interests, and he just methodically went through it all. And I have to say my favorite line from his speech was about balancing budgets, that it is based on arithmetic. And you may not know this, Chris, but I was a math major in college, a double major in math and government. I get it. We have to make things add up if we're going to get our economy back on track, start creating jobs, and attack our deficit.
Well, let's take a look at this. In the midst of Mitt Romney's 47% fallout, when everybody found out what he really thought in rooms where it cost $50,000 to get in the door, your challenger, former Governor Tommy Thompson, tossed some blame on Romney for his own sliding poll number. In other words, the guy running against you is blaming the guy running against Obama. Let's watch him in action.
The presidential thing is bound to have an impact on every election, you know, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. If your standard bearer for the presidency is not doing well, it's going to reflect on the down ballot.
Well, right now, Obama, the president, leads Romney to challenger by 7 points in Wisconsin, according to that latest poll. What effect do you think, when you're traveling every day, working 20 hours a day, practically campaigning, and all your head's around meeting people and remembering names and being nice to people and trying to think, what do you think the effect of that other thing that's going on the whole time? They're trying to decide who to make their president. How's that get into people's minds, do you think, when they're talking to you?
Yeah, well, I have to tell you that when people are focusing in on the U.S. Senate race, they're really asking themselves a couple of basic questions. Whose side are you on? Who's going to be fighting for the hardworking middle-class families of Wisconsin? And they know I'm on their side, and that's what I've done. But they're also learning a lot about what Tommy Thompson has been doing with the last decade of his life. You know, he left Wisconsin and joined the Bush administration. In his service there, he gave the drug companies a sweetheart deal with the Medicare Part D program. He said he made it illegal for Medicare to bargain with the drug companies in order to get better prices for seniors. And then he kind of did the revolving door. He's been working at a big lobbying firm, making millions of dollars representing those very powerful interests that already have too much say in Washington. So in Wisconsin, people are saying, whose side are you on? And they're figuring out that I'm squarely on their side. That's the fight I've always taken.
Okay, well, thank you. Good luck out there. You're doing really well. I see you're moving up in the polls. You're making it happen. So Tammy Baldwin running for senator in Wisconsin. Polls are moving. Thanks for coming on Hardball.